Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's ammo count. I'm retired Master Sergeant Bexo here to answer the question from my perspective, is military pay enough? Because I believe it is. Remember, here at Ammo Count, dollars are bullets. The trick is to not run out of ammunition between ammo drops. I really want to get this message across to junior enlisted. Anybody can really apply the things that I'm sharing, but since I was junior enlisted, I really thought that I have an opportunity to kind of be a mentor in this region, in this realm, if you will, because we have mentors for everything. Mentors for our jobs, mentors for professional military education. Some of us have spiritual mentors. I wanted to take this opportunity because nobody taught me. There's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. One of the things that I used, I did have a computer that I bought with my ammo. I'd set aside every month to buy my first computer, and I had Microsoft Excel on that computer, and I used it. I built a spreadsheet, and on that spreadsheet, I'm going to share this spreadsheet, and I'm going to talk about it. It'll be on the screen. I'll talk about it, and we'll go over what I've got. Across the top of the spreadsheet, I had all the days of the month. However many days there were in that month, that's how many columns. That's how many columns I had on the top. And then the very first column, column A, rows, wherever I started the rows that described categories for my budget. That's where I listed them all out, from housing to utilities. I mean, a cell phone now is kind of a utility, right? But you really have control over how much you spend on that cell phone. So again, I had a shopping category, I had a fuel category, and you can add your car payment in there if you have one, car insurance. The basic idea is as each day goes on, the first day of the month, second, third, fourth, fifth, is anytime you spend any kind of money, you write down in that spreadsheet where that money was allocated to. This is kind of your ammo inventory. We have the advantage of knowing exactly how much ammunition we're going to get each month. And it's our job to make sure that we don't run out during each month. We get an ammo drop in the middle of the month and we get ammo drop at the end of the month. And certain expenses uh, happen at the same time every single day, like the 15th of every month. Set expenses come out on the 15th. Set expenses come out on the 1st. But then you have the miscellaneous things. Like if you want to go out with your buddies or your friends, that's a miscellaneous expense or a restaurant expense. If you want to have a restaurant expense on your spreadsheet, you can do that. That was my old way of doing it, right? So today I use the app called Every Dollar, and before each month starts, I take a look at all the categories listed. It lets you allocate a set amount of money for each category, and then you track as the month goes on the amount of money that you spend in each category. I also use an app called Empower. That app lets you track your transactions from whatever account that you link to it so you can see them in real time. And one of the reasons why I use that app is it's actually helped me find transactions that I didn't make. So Empower is free. It's a really good tool to keep track of all the transactions coming out of your accounts that you link to it. You don't have to link everything. You can choose what you link. And Every Dollar, put out by the Ramsey Network, it has a premium version that I don't pay for because that's $12 a month. But it's a really great budgeting tool. Even the free version, I use the free version for 2 years, and the really great part about it is my wife and I can use the app and the same login, and we can both put in expenses as the month goes on. So we both have a picture of what is incoming and what is outgoing, and then we make sure that our outgo doesn't exceed our income every month. That's really one of the great things about these budgeting tools that we have available to us. Again, it's on you to make sure that you don't use or that you don't run out of ammunition. To me, it's management, it's financial management, it's management of the things that are given to you. And no, I don't. I don't recommend using credit. It's not real ammunition. It's not real, right? This is real, okay? And this is real, right? These are real. A credit card gives you the opportunity to spend money that you don't have. And that's the fastest way to get into trouble. Don't spend money that you don't have. Don't fire ammunition that you're borrowing from somebody else. You got to get ammunition from somebody else. You got to give it back somehow. It's not a good way to do it. So I'm gonna keep this episode fairly short so we can just digest the idea of an ammo inventory. The super basic ammo inventory that I covered was the spreadsheet. And today's apps that I personally use are Every Dollar and Empower. Very, very good tools to have on your phone, at your fingertips really, so you can enter these things in. In Every Dollar, you enter them in manually, or if you're going to pay the $12 a month for the premium version. But when I was young enlisted, my margin was not that large. And again, I go back to when I shared how much my car payment was. It was a third of my take-home pay when I was a E1. I did my best to not use more ammunition than I had. I always made sure that I only spent, a portion of my income. And when I was living in the dorms, I had less targets to fire at, less financial responsibilities to lose that income to. My car, my phone, my internet service, and then just uniform upkeep and gas, right, for the car. So living in the dorms is really financially advantageous now. I didn't like living in the dorms because I'm a bit of a introvert and I worked odd shifts and yeah, I worked mids for a long time and people were up during the day and it was hard to sleep. I'll go over my transition to living off base in the next episode of Ammo Count. Thanks for listening to me and think about the things that I'm sharing because if you implement an ammo inventory or a budget early on, it will be easier on your future self. Thanks again. Like and subscribe if you're finding this content useful.